So my name is Gottfried Mocke. I'm from a winery called Boekenhoutskloof. Not always the easiest name to pronounce, but we're in the most southern point of Africa, basically, just outside of Cape Town, in a little valley called Franschhoek. And I'm the winemaker there, and I'm part of an amazing wine company. And today we do different wines from different regions. And the varieties we mainly focus on is Sémillon, Cidade, and Cabernet Sauvignon. Boekenhoutskloof was only established basically post-1994 under the new democracy in South Africa, which was obviously a very exciting time for us. And so we don't normally do the traditional, South African kind of winemaking philosophy and rules. We think of ourselves a bit more of a modern wine company where we do things a little bit differently. And we took a lot of ideas and concepts from the old world, from Europe, introduced it to winemaking in South Africa. But something that we do that is quite unique and very special is a white variety called Sémillon. As you know, Sémillon is famous from regions like in Bordeaux, like Pessac or Graaf. But in South Africa, it was a variety that was already introduced in the mid-1600s. And at Boekenhoutskloof, we do something very unique, that we make Sémillon from old vines, from very old plant material. So it's the oldest producing white vineyard, or vineyard for that matter, in the southern hemisphere. We're actually showing a new world wine, but it's made from ancient vineyards. And that is something very special and something that we are very proud of. And I always say the Sémillon that we do has the ability to capture the unique landscape of South Africa. And I think that is what makes that wine so different and so special. Great wine is made by great people and great wine people, and you obviously need a fantastic terroir and a site which you need to understand and be able to kind of capture that site and kind of show it in the wine. So I think great wine for me is about showing its origin, about having texture, having richness, and maybe some sort of mineralities that are coming through, and I think also things like individuality, and having wine with its own identity. Those are all things that for me makes a great bottle of wine. Mistral was actually one of our first international importers. So there's a long history with Mistral. It's important to us, South Africa being a very, very small part of international wines in Brasilia, and we as Boekenhoutskloof being one of the premium wines being imported by such a great company as Mistral. I think firstly, the fact that they take the import of wines seriously, because it's a very important thing. Wines travel far distances, they travel over equators, and so it's important that the wines are shipped by people, sold by people who actually love wine and take care. So that for me, that is a very important part, and so that I think for us having them as a partner in our wine market is so important. And I think the most important thing is that even though we're coming from a small new world country, we are still, I guess you can say, new on the Brazilian market to some extent. I mean, people don't really think of South Africa the same way they think of an old world country like Italy or Bordeaux or something. And here we are, have the opportunity to show our wines and being sold as a premium product, not as a commercial brand, but as something that is seen as premium, something that's seen as special. And the most important thing, wine that are being represented by people who understand wine. Passionate wine people are different to anybody else, and that is what makes that whole relationship so important and so special for us.
Beba com moderação. Inscreva-se no nosso canal.